Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, YouTube. Jesus. Oh, fucking. Hey. Oh, fuck. All right, let's see what's going on here in this Roadcraft this morning. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's ready to have an awesome fucking day. I gotta record this all right today. Let's see. They make it so fucking hard to sign in. Hold on a second. Okay. Stay signed in. Yes, please. Fucking hell. Ay. All right. Maybe I'll do a... Oh. Somebody emailed me about Marcus Smart. And 10 years of sobriety. Somebody wants me to do a collaboration with Ray. Okay. Yeah, I'll do an email episode. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sunken's a great map. I wish I could go back to it, honestly. It seemed like a lot at the time, but compared to what I'm up to now. All right, let's just build the road to the radio tower. Where is that? Here. Where are we? Countryside base. Oh, that's easy. Yeah. Let's just put a big old... Where's the road crew? We are the road crew. I'll open up don't want to do that collab. Yeah, I just did 2 live streams with them, or 1 or 2 live streams with them a couple months ago, and we just did 2 videos for regulation. I'm laughing because we literally I just did like 3 collaborations with Ray, and I also hate that fucking word. We just went to dinner together. We're definitely fine. Okay. Oh, let me invite people. I'm gonna leave it open. All right. Recently moved to Texas, and weird to think that in some time zone, that I'm not on the same time zone all these years of watching. Where time zone did you used to be in? Uh-oh. That's gonna be an issue. Thought y'all had beef. No. No. I don't have beef with anybody. I live a beefless existence. I'm at the work site that has the sandwich shop on the first floor. Hell yeah, Mark. Time to get a Cuban sandwich and some coffee for breakfast. 7:54. What time did you get to work today, Mark? The only beef I have is my 17 burgers. Vehicle got stuck. Of course it did. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Somebody started it yesterday, which I really appreciate, in multiplayer. Thank you very much, whoever did that. But it's getting stuck on their progress, so let's help that out. Got in at 7:15. Drove just over an hour. It's gonna be one hell of a road when he's done. There you go. All right, we're gonna get. Oh, he's almost there. Can I not run? I should be able to. Yeah. Okay. Room code is 2BTWD. There you go. My dog pissed on my bed, and I was cleaning it up and tripped and smashed my face on the ground. I figure you would appreciate that story. Jesus, yeah, that sounds like a morning. I've been there. It sucks. Albert went through a phase. Tomorrow, I have to leave my house at 4 a.m. to get back to the site before 6 a.m. to beat a crane. Now, Mark, what time are you off work tomorrow? Boom. He's going to go right through him, though. Doesn't matter. Cool. You guys have really gotten up to some good stuff here, huh? Let's here we go. Can I do it here? Please let me cancel. He made it. Why is this guy? He just needs to go back to the garage. There's no quarry. Okay. Such a pointless hurdle because you can, it's like, oh, I can't refill here because there's no sand quarry. Cool. But I can. I just have to hit that A button like 4 times. Seems pointless if they make you. I understand it, but kind of dumb they make you go through it. Hey, it's Drokey Bilfus. So I'm off work tomorrow when the job is done. How long you think? Like, what time do you think you'd be done tomorrow, Mark? And given your professional estimation. Let's see if he can do it on his own. If not, we can happily do it. Before 5? Christ, Mark. You start at 4 a.m. I would hope it's before 5. It's a 13-hour day. He's dumping anyway. We're going to get double dumps. No, he's not. We're fine. What's on everyone's schedule today? Working on getting credits to unlock the quarry. Hell yeah. Thank you, Glenn. Watched the road trip video, and I'm so proud y'all announced Louisville correctly. Like a month of... I got yelled at for not saying Louisville correctly in email. People were like, please say it right. It's offensive to us. It's like, how the fuck do I know? I'm not from there. Everybody gives such a shit about the way stuff is pronounced where they're from. I couldn't care less how you say Texas or Austin. Ugh, this sucks. Now, I would have thought you'd have been equipped to handle this yourself since it's an auto road. Which means you want me to let the game do it. I'm not. You better get up there, because I am not going to be able to take over until you crash out. You bitch. You little bitch. Come on. Just get up there. There's really nothing we can do until he's made it or failed. We have to wait till he either gets there or stops trying before we can really do much. Burn it, darn it. Who cares? There's so much else in the world to worry about. I just listened to the new episode of So Alright. Since getting sober 18 months ago, I rediscovered my love for live shows again. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. So today's episode hit different. Thank you for being an inspiration. Oh, that's very kind of you to say. I'm sick of this. Can we cancel this road quit? No. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Is he on the right side now? Oh, that's cool. Game gave me the hookup there, huh? Let's do this. Should we do it ourselves? Let's see if he can handle it. Can he handle it? No, he can't handle it. Let's do it ourselves. Can't park there. Mahogany Melt, thank you so much for the sub. I do appreciate that. You're the first sub for the day, I believe. You have got me 10% of the way to my goal of attempting to pay a bill today. I appreciate it. It's not that I was uncomfortable doing it before, but God, this game has granted me a comfortability when it comes to driving in reverse. Let's see if he'll do it now. Not enough sand? Yeah, I kind of figured. That's okay. Let him get to work on that. We'll go ahead and refill you. Oh no, that's Mahogany Melt again. Darth Noodles 18. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You have no idea. You have no idea. Good morning, Chris. Oh, I hope the near future. Yeah, government shuts down tonight. Is that right? Tonight at midnight? Is that when it goes? Probably Eastern time, I would guess. Brilliant. These are brilliant times that we live in with serious people who genuinely care about our country, who are trying really hard to make decisions that help us all and that rise us all up. It's definitely not a giant clusterfuck of ineptitude on all fronts and all sides. Pretty ridiculous timeline. Although I will say, if it weren't for this timeline, I wouldn't be watching the Tigers today at noon. So I do appreciate that part of it. Oh, government shuts down tonight if they don't come to a... they don't, I guess, agree on a continuing resolution or something. This is my, so I'm 50. I've been voting since I was 18. I think it was the first year I voted. It was a presidential election on my 18th birthday. 18th or 20th? I think 18th, though. So that means I've been voting for 22 years. No, 32 years. And paying attention to politics for 32 years. And this is maybe my 60th government shutdown threat. You learn not to take them seriously. You guys gonna kiss? No. Oh yeah, I was being supremely sarcastic. This is just an embarrassment of a country right now. In a million ways. You know, buddy, I think I'm not entirely pleased with how this is shaken out, but all right. Let's run this again, huh? And then we're gonna manually do this bad boy, I think. I don't blame the Dems for not agreeing to it either. I'm just saying the country's in a fucking dump of a position. This war, I'm not trying to get political today, but this war on trans people is it's just the most offensive thing I've ever seen. Just literally picking on the most picked on and marginalized people who are just trying to eke out a fucking existence, who are just trying to be honest to themselves and be who they are on the inside, on the outside. Not that it's anybody's fucking business. Not that it's anybody on Earth's business. And they're just being gaslit and tormented and made out to be a problem that it doesn't exist. And it is heartbreaking, and it sucks. And it's one of many, many heinous, serious, tremendous problems we have in our country right now. Leave fucking trans people alone. Just let them live. God damn. How the fuck we got there in 2025? Jesus fucking Christ. Is it so fucking hard to allow people to be different than you? Is it so fucking hard to your worldview to accept that other people like things differently than you do or feel differently about you? Fuck. Sorry. Just sucks. It's a lot of dirt on the dump on the spot. Anyway, sorry. I'm not trying to get on a political soapbox. I try to keep this thing fucking light and airy and fun in the morning and just let us fucking get our feet under us for the day without getting too upset at the world or how fucked up it is. I really try hard not to get political. I just don't understand why we can't let people be the fuck, leave people the fuck alone. It's the dumbest goddamn thing. I didn't serve 10 years of active duty to be told people can't live freely. I'm right there with you. I only served 5. Thank you for your service. But it was a quarter of a fucking career that I spent protecting the rights of all Americans. All Americans. Dickheads. We still need to drop some dirt down there. Is he going to get more dirt? Is that what's going on here with Commandant? He just took off with my vehicle. Okay. Luckily, I got more. You take that. That one's yours, buddy. You have a blast. People deserve to be happy for as long as they're not impacting others' ability to be happy. So I'll never understand that's a problem. I completely agree. It's not a problem. That's the thing. Most of the problems in our country are, not most, we have legitimate problems all over the place, but a good amount of problems in our country are manufactured to generate partisan divide and tribalism. It's a lot easier to win a perceived war or fight if you demonize the other side. Both sides are guilty of that, by the way. Not trying to paint a picture of any one particular side. One side's a lot more guilty of it than the other, though. Let's say that. Things have just gotten so crazy after 2020. Yeah. Well, we're living in, I think, what's called a post-truth society, where with social media and access to enough people in the world, you don't have to have the truth. You just have to have enough people that feel the same way about a thing as you do, or believe, or convincible in the same way. And then it doesn't have to be true. It just has to have enough people behind wanting it to be true. Anyway. On a lighter note, I can't get We Are the Road Crew out of my head. Oh, that's cool. I watched this dude on... I really kind of like him. It's Dense. It's this heavy metal dude on TikTok who I've discovered recently, who will go through and listen to every album by a band, live and studio, that he doesn't know anything about, and then rank them. And so he's just picking bands that he has blind spots. I watched him do Motorhead the other day, all 19 albums of Motorhead, and kind of rank them and review them. And since I watched that, I've had We Are the Road Crew is one of my favorite songs. It always has been. Not always, but whoa, careful, buddy. Has been for a long time. And I've just been kind of re-exploring. This guy's going to keep taking my shit and running off with it. Just going to keep re-exploring Motorhead for a while, because there's a bunch of stuff I'm not familiar with. They had 19 albums, I think, which is more than I knew 2, you know? So you think you're a fan of something and you realize, oh my God, scratching the fucking surface here. Is one of you guys in the chat Commandant? Just checking. It looked like he did a kickflip, yeah. I saw them live at, I guess, Riot Fest, but I'll be honest with you, I really don't remember the show as much as I wish I did. Turned out she's been making music this whole time. Yeah. Where's this motherfucker? I'm gonna leave you in, but you better not be up to nothing. You better not be up to shenanigans. Where did it fucking go? Deploy. A friend just asked me for punk documentaries to watch. Any recommendations? A band called Death for a feel-good story. Yeah, that's cool. I guess it just depends on your arena, what kind of punk you like, what era, you know. Like, to you, a Blink-182 documentary might be the best, but I would say one of the best punk documentaries I've ever seen is We Jam Meccano, a documentary about the Minutemen. I would recommend that. That's a brilliant little documentary about a brilliant band and a guy who died tragically way too young in life. And A car accident robbed us of a lot of really wonderful music. One of my favorite bands of all time. Gavin made an alt account to mess with me. Boy, that couldn't be further from Gavin's personality to do. I can't think of anybody, and he would be the person in regulation I would bet the least would do that. That's an Andrew or even Nick thing before it'd be a Gavin thing. You were a fan of newspaper comic strips? Yeah, when I was a kid, I was for sure. Thank you for the sub, Kyoj. Man, I'm on the struggle bus trying to pronounce some of y'all's names sometimes. Kyoj. Aigetbla. No worries, I can pronounce it either. It's Joey K backwards. That's awesome, Joey K. Thank you so much for the sub. I can definitely pronounce Joey K. We're good. All right. Let's get a roller over here. Hello? 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 Bass, please. This fucking game. This buggy fucking game. Am I at the wrong place? No. What's the right place? Hey, what's up? I'm going to say you up, or maybe that's backwards too, and it's Joey K backwards. Yui Wep Wep. Okay. Definitely Joey K again. Did you get your sandwich yet, Mark? What is a breakfast Cuban sandwich? I mean, I know what one is, but what is the one that you're getting? Oh. Thank you so much. To whoever did that.
Looks like that radio tower next to Northlock was not the only one damaged by the quake. So, before even more locals start pestering us to fix them all, I suggest a plan. How about
just remember that Jeff is a member of the Plain White Tees today. Is that a band? You can tell how in the know I am. To borrow a phrase from an old friend. Oh, Serge Ironfaust. Thank you for the sub. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. My favorite sandwich shop in Lakeland got voted for best Cuban sandwich in Lakeland. So anyway, what is it? What is like your breakfast Cuban sandwich, Mark? Like that you're going to eat today from this place? Is it going to have eggs on it? Is it like, how's it built? Dissect a sandwich for me. My 13-year-old brother has been playing guitar for a few years now and has made a band with his friends. Now I have to be a better versed in music. Thanks for the info. Yeah, no worries. No worries. I hate to tell you, but if you have a 13-year-old brother who's been playing guitar for a few years, probably means he's been playing since he's 10. If he doesn't put it down in another year, you're going to be dealing with the fact that you have a brother who's much cooler than you for the rest of his life. Hey there, Delilah. I fucking hate that song. Okay, thank you. I assume it's because I just wear plain white t-shirts. But I do that because I'm a cheapskate. You can buy these plain white t-shirts, not the band, but the actual t-shirt at Michael's for $3 each. And they're cheap as shit. And you can't dry them or they'll get all misshapen, so you have to hang dry them. But then after 6 months or so, if it's worn to fuck, you just donate it and get a new one because you only spent $3. You get a whole wardrobe. I got a whole wardrobe at Michael's for $24 the other day, a couple months ago.
It is quite important though, so I can't blame them. They are real low on food right now, but the supply convoy boy is stuck in the southern tunnel.
I did see that pronunciation, yeah. I said it. It's Yui Wep Wep.
Fix the road at the village entrance. Should be
That
easy
up there with
enough.
Hey Soul
So,
Sister.
you would go,
I buy my white tees in packs. I used to as well. Until the room code is 2BTWD, but it's a little full right now. But you can get in the queue. Well, we finished that mission. What's next for Jeff to do? Let's see. I like a side mission. Plan a route for the concrete supply. I'll do that. Uh-oh. God damn it. Can I just go to the garage? Thank you. Let's get... I hope I just didn't take it from somebody who was using it. I remembered now that he was in the middle of... Wow, fuck it. What are you going to do? All right, where was that little dipshit bridge? Right here? Douche. Behind the sand quarry. Okay, we just need to go straight out. No egg today makes the sandwich structurally unsound. All right, so it's Mojo pork, yum. Ham, God, I love ham, yum. Ham might be my favorite part of the holidays as I get older. Just honey-baked spiral hams. Every year I go to the honey-baked ham co and get a ham, and everybody makes fun of me. And then every year people get sick on ham. My wife threw up so hard from how much ham she ate one year. It was awesome. No egg today. Oh, yeah. So anyway, it's Mojo pork, ham, salami, Swiss mustard on pressed bread. That sounds like a Cuban sandwich. Ugh, delicious, Mark. Ham is the best holiday meat. I agree. Running out of relatives who make it, just buy it. I was watching, Emily and I, we were doing laundry. We were watching, this is the excitement of, you want to know what your favorite internet celebrities do for a living, do at night. Emily and I were watching Antiques Roadshow last night, and also just recover physically. We were watching Antiques Roadshow last night and found out that, is this where I am? No. Drystone Base? Yeah. They do a new thing now. I haven't seen it in years. Well, I've seen it definitely more recently than in years. But anyway, they do a thing where... oh, could I have refilled my sand where I was and I wasn't even paying attention? They do a thing where they show old episodes from, like... I watched an episode from 2009. And then they update it to say what the value of the item is in 2025. And so... one of the things that was the craziest to me was that almost everything had lost value, significant value. Now, I don't know if that's a sign of the economy and people just not having disposable income to spend on, old tie clips from the 1700s and, drawings by famous painters, or if that is a sign of a generation of collectors dying and not being replaced. Like maybe there just aren't a lot of people that want to buy pewter figurines in 2025 when there still were a lot alive with money in 2007, 2009. I don't know what it is, or just things going in and out of vogue in general. Maybe that's just a part of a natural cycle of collecting. It just was fascinating to me that almost everything had lost significant value from 2007. I watched 2 episodes from 2007 or 2009. I did it again. I fucking recovered again, and I bet I didn't need to. I got to stop being stupid. And anyway, there were a few things that had increased in value, though, which I thought was interesting. And almost everything that increased in value was a vase. Vases, all the vases either maintained the exact value and didn't go up or down, or they went up. And just about everything else went down. Am I saying collectible spoons and thimbles are on sale? I didn't see any collectible spoons or thimbles anywhere near that Antiques Roadshow last night. It was disappointing, to say the least. After the near disaster yesterday. Yeah, I got to remember not to recover this stupid vehicle. I got sand for days right here. All right. Let's cross the water and start smoothing this out. Anyway, if you like Antiques Roadshow, that's a cool way to show reruns and make them feel fresh and actually kind of interesting. It's a really cool bit of information that they share. I feel like antiques are dying because the people that like them are dying. I feel like all the shit that was important to me as a child because it was important to my grandmother, like Hummel figurines and Corningware and those fucking like China the blue and white China plates and stuff. All that stuff that was a big deal that I wasn't allowed to touch when I was a kid. That was behind a case in my grandma's house in Alabama. You see, so it's not like it was super fancy. All that stuff. That was. And when I would watch Antiques Roadshow, it would just be piles and piles of that stuff that was important to my grandparents. And you just get used to the idea that because it's important to the generation that introduces you to the world, that it's going to be important to you or anybody else or always important. And I think it's just, not the case. Unless you have a Ming vase or a, God, there was a bowl that was made from the 1700s, a jade bowl last night that was made for the Emperor of China that was worth $400,000. Guy said it was the most expensive thing, the most impressive thing he'd ever seen in like his 10 years doing Antiques Roadshow. That was fucking cool. But you know what I mean? Like, that's going to maintain value. But there's a lot of stuff. Just like there's going to be a point, honestly, where you think your graded copy of Minecraft is going to be worth something and your grandkids aren't going to give a fuck about it. You know what I mean? Cut to the episode of Sunny where they try to steal a vase. That's a great episode. Got to take into account the China factor. Well, there's antiques and then there's antiques. When something is truly antique and it's 400 years old, and it's got historical significance because there's documentation that it was ordered by the emperor of a country to be created as a one of one for him. We're talking about different ball of wax at that point. Then I don't know. Some really cool china. A family member bought at Woolworths in 1920. But what do I know? Maybe it's a shift in attitudes in what constitutes collectible. I think so. I just think a lot of it's generational. I think that, even what's collectible is generational. You guys are not collecting the same shit your grandparents were collecting. Maybe some of it, maybe some baseball cards here and there, some comic books, but I guarantee you that where for them it's, I don't know, a tea set. For me, it might be the USS Flag from G.I. Joe, Just think generationally, you're going to want to collect things that are aspirational to you or that you always wanted that you couldn't have, or that you saw when you were younger and that were beautiful and that you thought, like, someday that could be me. And for me, that's G.I. Joe and Transformers, whereas for my grandmother's generation, it's fine china and figurines and crystal, I don't give a shit about Swarovski. And I probably won't. I think it's just the idea of, you know. A lot of this stuff is a lot more ephemeral than we think, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You know, I wouldn't mind a wall of spoons. I'm not mad at it. I make the joke, or I used to make the joke. I don't really make it anymore, but I used to make the joke in ads because it's just such a ludicrous, dumb thing that I would see collected all around me as a child, you know? I make the thimble and decorative spoon joke because I was surrounded by thimbles and decorative spoons growing up. Gen X onwards is certainly unlikely to lionize and hype the nostalgia of a time that has sold us a lie for what we could achieve and what success we could attain. I guess. I think Gen X, and at least Gen X, to me, is one of the most into shit generations. Like, we fucking love the stuff that we love and collect the shit out of it. And I don't, you know, my dissatisfaction with where we are as a government or as a people doesn't lessen my desire to collect Dallas TV show related merchandise because I'm a big fan, you know? Hero Link, I can't remember the last time I 100%ed a game, so I would just say keep at it. Toys are so cool nowadays. Everything's cool. The shit that passed for toys when I was a kid compared to what is toys now hurts the brain sometimes. Like, if you would have told me at 11 years old, sitting in my grandma's living room on the floor in front of the TV playing Hang On my Sega Master System, that someday I would be playing what to me at the time would be a photorealistic version of a road construction simulator game. I wouldn't understand how that was a game. I wouldn't understand how it could look this good. You know, like, it would be blow my fucking mind. Who knows how differently I would have turned out if I'd had Minecraft at an early age when I was into when I was into architecture and I thought I wanted to be an architect. And then I got discouraged by math because I couldn't see, I don't know, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see past the math, but if I'd been able to visualize things in Minecraft, maybe my math wouldn't have been as scary. Maybe I would have wanted to pursue that more. Maybe I would have turned out differently. I don't really care one way or the other. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, but, you know. You pretended the piece of wood that locked the sliding door was a lightsaber. Dude, that piece of wood had a lot of jobs. That piece of wood got to be a lot of different things in a household. I love that piece of wood. The best you can imagine is it looked like Stardew Valley. Yeah. Yeah, probably. I mean, and you know, to me, while playing a Sega Master System, while playing Shinobi or Rambo on the Master System, Stardew Valley would have looked damn near photorealistic. I'd be like, what, am I watching a fucking movie? Am I watching a TV show? This is insane. Bag it up, Terry. You sent an email to So Alright? Oh, thanks, Mark. I'm going to do an email episode of So Alright today, I think, because I got nothing to talk about. So I'll get to it. I'll make sure I find it and read it. Although I am going to talk a little bit about Waymo. I've been wanting to ride Waymos for a very long time and was very jealous that Millie and Emily both managed to ride Waymos before I did. And I've been trying actively, but I have finally broken the seal, and I've ridden like 3 Waymos, and I have We'll talk about it. That's all right. Because I like talking about robots. I also went to a robot dinner the other night. Like a robot conveyor belt sushi place. Talk about that. Talk about robots that are actually doing shit versus robots that give the appearance that they're doing some automation but aren't really doing much of anything. So I'll talk briefly about that. Are most of your roads just sand? It just depends. It just depends on the scenario and what the road is for. It's a lot easier to just throw down a sand road. It's also a lot easier to make a wide. The paved roads are hard to make double lane smooth. So you get a lot of single lane paved roads, which are just kind of hairy to drive on in any kind of speed, honestly. So I would say most of the roads are just dirt, because even if there's a degradation of the dirt over time, which I'm still not clear on, it's not significant. My favorite AR bit is the old long-haired vet from the 70s who bought a Rolex because he saw the airline pilots wore them, so he ordered one through the base exchange, $350 in 1974, never really wore it, and had all the documentation still with the original receipts and everything. It was appraised for $500,000, $700,000. Jesus Christ, that's awesome. That's so cool. You need an engineering degree to put some of the toys together? Yeah. That was rough. Those years, for sure, were frustrating. Building stuff for Millie the night before a birthday or Christmas, and you're just like, how the fuck am I this dumb? How did it get this hard? Did you guys see Tyreek Hill's injury last night? I did not. My wife watched it. I couldn't watch it. The older I get, the more squeamish I get for seeing people get hurt. I just can't. I don't like it. No, that's not true. I love to see somebody get hit in the nuts with a football or a skateboard. But, you know, really hurt, like legs bending the wrong way hurt, I can't do it. Emily was like, I'll just pretend it's not real. But I can't do that. You're just looking at somebody that in the span of like 3 seconds has altered their lives, maybe forever. But it's definitely altered the trajectory of their career for probably 12 to 18 months. The amount of pain and rehab and like, just like the mental anguish. It just hurts to think about. I gotta let Albert in. He's whining. Give me just a second. You know what? While I'm up, I'm going to go grab another cup of coffee. Be right back. All right, where were we? Probably go backwards and see what Gwen's got going on with the dump truck. And a vendor who delivers liquid nitrogen come in and yell at our clients because he leaked the tank. It's bumpy over here. I can't flatten that out. With the old habit of pausing the game to walk away. I unpaused it, I think. Yeah. It's fun working on those other people. I wish I could get Burn Dog and Antonio into it, but I'm just not feeling it. And I'm not feeling SnowRunner anymore, so we are at an impasse. Although, Battlefield 6 is coming out, and there's not going to be... Bernie's not going to play anything other than Battlefield 6 for the next 6 months, probably. That's all that dude cares about. I don't know if they deteriorate or not. They definitely look like they do, but they don't seem to be any harder to drive on. So, and I've read conflicting information on the subreddit about it, so I just don't know. Oops, don't want to leave that out there. Don't want to close my eyes. Uh-oh. Here comes Dolian. You know that Aerosmith song that I was just singing that I don't like, but I sing? It's stuck in my head. That I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, baby. And I don't want to miss a thing. That was written by... It wasn't written by them. It was written by a writer, a lady. I can't remember who. A famous lady. And she wrote it based off of an interview she saw with James Brolin with Barbra Streisand talking about her relationship with James Brolin. And it's something that he said to her in bed at night one night that stuck with her, and she always remembered. And she mentioned it in an interview about how, like, he was so in love with her, and he said he didn't want to fall asleep because he'd miss her. And she was so taken by that, she wrote the song. And so that Aerosmith song is literally about James Brolin being in love with Barbra Streisand and taken by Barbra Streisand. It's up to you. There are different games. SnowRunner is... I've put way more time into SnowRunner than Roadcraft, but SnowRunner is a very hard game that is got a learning curve and is better in multiplayer. It really shines in multiplayer when you're working together. Roadcraft is a much easier game that is, I think, maybe ultimately not as rewarding because of that, but much more enjoyable to play solo. Play by yourself. I would not play SnowRunner by myself. It wouldn't be worth it. But this game, so much of SnowRunner is getting stuck and getting fucked and having to have somebody come bail you out, and then thinking that you're doing a mission, but you get 30% of the way towards the mission, and then one of your friends gets stuck, and then you got to go bail them out, and it's great. It's a lot of fun. If that doesn't sound like fun, it is, but it's a whole thing. Roadcraft, you sit down, you make progress every time you play. And all the frustrating things about SnowRunner are just that you have to navigate this map that's very difficult to navigate, and you can't do anything to make it easier. Even though you're carrying all of the equipment and the tools and the materials to make it easier, you're always like, I have fucking concrete slabs on me. Why can't I just fix this road so that it's not so fucking hard to drive on next time? But you can't do that. But in this game, that's all this game is. It's like, hey, fix the road, dude. Come on. Make it easier for you to drive on. Why are you doing this on hard mode? And that appeals to me. I have played Euro Truck Simulator, and I did not like it. It's a little too simulator for me. This is more of a... This is like... This game feels like GTA. It just feels like construction GTA. It really does. I don't know how else to describe it. It feels like I'm in a GTA-style sandbox. I just don't have a gun. And as somebody who made a career, most of a career out of sandbox games, I find that to be super appealing. SnowRunner speaks more about your ability to change yourself and your approach to problems. Both have satisfying aspects. There you go. Arion Equus gave a great description. Roadcraft speaks to your ability to build and change things to suit you. SnowRunner speaks more about your ability to change yourself and approach problems and to overcome problems. Both have satisfying aspects, for sure. When SnowRunner's humming, though, like when you're with a group, like when I'm playing with Bernie and Antonio, Burn Dog and Antonio, and we're listening to, like, you know, Hank Williams and Otis Redding and, you know, Lead Belly and just fucking plowing away, it is very, very, very fun. It's the reason I play video games again, you know? SnowRunner got me back into gaming after thinking I was out forever. I quit gaming for half a decade. For over 5 years, I stopped playing video games. Emily didn't know me as a gamer for the first almost 6 years we were together. Last couple of years has been new to her because she never saw me turn on an Xbox outside of playing Gems of War on occasion, you know, which is like playing a mobile game. Actually, it is playing a mobile game. Hard mode totally changed how you play this game. Yeah, I'm looking forward to fucking around with hard mode. Unfortunately, you can't affect an existing save. Like, I can't toggle hard mode onto this world that already exists, I don't think. I was reading about that. And even if I could, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably just want to finish this out as it was intended at launch. And then I may not do it immediately, but I'll probably do a second playthrough on hard mode on stream. Was this the 8th map, 9th map, the final map before the DLC? I'm just now starting to get burned out on the game and need a break. That's why I've been playing Power Wash Simulator on a couple of streams. Where have you guys finding people to play these games with? I only know about SnowRunner because two of my friends that I hang out with that have nothing to do with Rooster Teeth or that scene, that are just dudes that I like. I always knew they played video games, and they always invited me to play video games, but I never really considered it because I was kind of done with video games. But these are like my wife's best friend's husband, you know, people I hang out with all the time socially. And one night I just was bored and they had invited me. You know that thing where you're like, you don't want to do something, but you do want to be invited. And then you start to think about it and you're like, if I don't say yes, people are going to stop inviting me. And then I'll just feel left out. Even though I don't want to do the thing, I still want to be invited. And so one night I just said, yeah, I'll play with you guys. And we played Call of Duty and it was so much fun. And then they were like, would you want to try this other thing with us that we are really into? And they were scared to. It's run off a lot of their friends, SnowRunner. That played games with them, and I was like, I'll give it a try, and I just fell in love with it instantly. And I've been playing video games nonstop since they introduced me to SnowRunner. I could definitely get a crew on the regulation Discord. I would rather play SnowRunner with those guys. No offense to the regulation crew or anybody. Just like that's a special thing. To me, SnowRunner is those guys. Like that particular vibe and friendship. And these days, we just don't play it. We play Battlefield 2142, or we'll be playing Battlefield 6 nonstop here in a couple weeks. I'll play with those guys every night for a couple months until we get burned out on Battlefield. Or until I get burned out. They won't. They'll keep playing. I'll move on to something else. Came back to game it hard for the last 50. Hell yeah. 2042 is atrocious. It's all right. It scratches the Battlefield itch after playing the demo. We've been having fun with it. Worried about EA given the recent news? I think I'm gonna probably be saying goodbye to EA video games. And wait and see, I guess, but I'm not encouraged by everything that I've read today. Like, it sounds like the end of a company to me. It sounds like, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. But when you pour that kind of money in, those kind of interests, and then you lead with, we're going to revolutionize gaming by replacing all of our employees with AI, you're like, that doesn't fill me with joy that the new Madden's going to be awesome, They'll keep it. All the games will still exist. They're just going to be made with a less human touch, from what it sounds like, by, well, I don't want to play Jared Kushner's video games. Personally. I just wish the NFL 2K series could come back. Hell fucking yeah. Me too, buddy. Me too. The future was supposed to be cool and fun. Thanks for the sub, Bad Chili. We are 70% of the way towards our 10-goal sub. Thank you so much. I gotta be better about, I don't know, using this as a business and trying to, I guess, make money off of it. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable doing any of this. I just feel like a shill. The problem with the future, and what I've realized, and I don't think this is I think I stole this from somewhere along the way, but it rings true. Maybe I didn't, but it feels like something I would have borrowed, not come up with. But the thing about the future that seems to really suck is that it's made by the lowest bidder, as all things are, and so everything is like 65% as cool as you thought it would be, works 70% as well as it was promised, So everything just feels kind of cheap and janky. And I don't know why I would have expected it to be any different. I guess because on movies and TVs it's different, but ooh, what you guys got going on over there? Looking good. I can get that out of your way if you want. Put that right there for now. I like your color scheme, whoever you are. I chose the just like standard construction orange, but the yellow and black is nice. A little stripe action. I'm a big fan of the new skate. I played the demo. It was all right. I think part of the problem is I just played Skate 3 and 4 again and did all the challenges and everything. And the entire time I played it, I said I didn't feel like I was enjoying it, but I couldn't stop. But then when I played the Skate 3 demo, or the Skate 4 demo, or Skate demo, whatever the fuck it is, it just, it was fine. I don't know. My guy's just already burned out on skating because of the Tony Hawk again, but who knows? I'm sure I'll love it if I play some more. I definitely love Riders Republic. Love the shit out of Riders Republic. I've got really into that for a few months. Skated my dick off there, so I don't know why I wouldn't want to now with Skate. A game that I was reasonably excited about coming out again. Now, do I have a dump truck around here? Didn't I have a dump truck somewhere? There we go. Don't be spilling dirt. Don't you do it. All right. You're going to do it. What is that about, dude? That was ridiculous. Can't. Oh, I can refill, even though it says I can't. That's cool. I started watching Task. Watched the first episode. It was good. Seemed all right. I definitely wasn't, like, blown away by it, but it was all right. Good enough to watch the second episode. For sure. Just, thank God football's back. And baseball is going into playoffs. And hockey and the NBA are cranking back up, because I could definitely use... I mean, we did just get Survivor and Amazing Race, which is nice. But, man, I am in a voracious TV watching phase of my life, and I cannot get enough to watch these days. I just feel like there's never enough on. Even though there's 1 million things on, and there's clearly enough on. All right, I got to get you out of the way. I went from watching absolutely zero TV to binging new shows constantly. What changed is meeting my partner. And it's fun to watch TV with somebody that's fun to watch TV with. I suffered through a lot of Downton Abbey just so I could be next to Emily. I will say there aren't many people that are more fun to watch TV with than Emily. She makes fun of people and TV in the same way that I do. It's always good when you find somebody that watches something in the same way you do. My group did a winter movie auction this year. We had to ban Avatar. My wife got me accidentally invested in Grey's Anatomy, and now I'm catching up on 20 seasons. Oh, man. Grey's Anatomy is such a familiar feature in our family. That is Millie's comfort show, and her entire, from like, I couldn't keep her away from it. From like 8th grade on, she's probably watched Grey's Anatomy all the way through 3 times. All 20, however many seasons, 3, maybe more. That is her, like, safe place. And she fucking loves it. And so I have a pretty solid knowledge of Grey's Anatomy just based on, you know, being a dad to a kid who talked about it a lot. RuPaul's Drag Race is the GOAT. That is a great show. Yeah, same, right? I can't handle the gore and the gross stuff, but it's not a problem for Millicent. Mark doesn't watch TV. I got news for you, Mark. You're watching TV right now. This is just 2025 TV. Shut up, Mom. My show's on. Currently on my 4th rewatch of Superstore. Ugh. Interesting. Old RT alum and buddy of, I guess all of us, really. Colton Dunn is on that show. Really like that dude. Every time I see him, I don't know him super well. Never really spent much time with him. I wasn't in Laser Team, so I just spent time around him when he was at the office. And I did RTES, the show that he made for us, which I quite enjoyed. I always really, really, really liked him, and I always get really happy when I see him succeed. He seems like such a... I don't know him super well, like I said, but everything I know about him is he's just such a genuinely good dude, good heart, very funny, very approachable, very nice to talk to. He's one of the few people... I don't have social media really anymore. I don't have Twitter anymore, but just an account I can't get into. But he was one of the few people that would be like a quote-unquote celebrity that when I would see them doing well, I would always DM him and congratulate him because I just was so happy to see his success. I'm sure he didn't need to hear that from me, but I don't know. It's always warmed my heart to see that dude getting like new gigs and TV commercials and fucking ad campaigns and roles in movies and TV. It's very neat. Your dad used to read newspapers with the radio on, and now I scroll through a podcast in the back. Oh, my God. I saw him touring with Ben Schwartz doing an improv show in Durham, North Carolina a few months back. It was a great show. Oh, that's funny. That's cool. I didn't know he and Ben Schwartz did stuff. That's awesome. Just finished the new season of Alice in Borderland, and it was okay. Thank you for bringing that up. I saw that is on Netflix yesterday, and I considered watching it as a me show. Emily would not be into it. Is that worth watching, Alice in Borderland? Do you recommend it, audience? Is that something I should consider getting into? Because I could probably knock it out in 2 or 3 days while I'm doing thumbnails and shit. It's worth it? Okay. Well, I got 1 affirmative from Caesar, so. All right. I don't even know what I'm doing in the game, honestly. I just got stuck on road duty, and I've just been continuing it, but I don't really have a focus or a point. I think I was going to plan a route. I ended up doing this. Maybe I should do that at some point. Let's see where we are. Seems drivable wherever we are. Oh, is that the modern sand thing? That's cool. Oh, Gwen is paving this shit. Hell yeah. Well, then I am not going to send... I am most definitely not going to send people her way. Be right back. I fucking banged my knee. Ah, fuck. I had to do something for my wife. And then I had to bang the shit out of my knee as well. Yeah, I'm liking this concrete supply mission. But I'm going to let Gwen finish what they're doing. Let's see. Maybe it's safe to send them now. Hopefully they don't run afoul of Gwen there. Oops. I assume this is the way. Oops, let's not do that. Ah! Okay, thank you. Wonder if we'll have any issues here. Not there. Here, obviously, but where we just were. Let's go. Paving's going to take more work than I thought. It's a motherfucker paving in this game. Good morning, Shadowgale. I wish the convoys wouldn't overcorrect so much. I agree. But they are, you know. Dumb. It's the thing you got to deal with. Is just you got to work around how inept the AI is. But that's probably a feature, not a bug. You know. Fuck. Okay. Looks like I'll be maybe dropping some dirt down this way. They always do the thing where a truck gets stuck on a route, and then the truck behind it comes and gives it a little nudge and gets it going, and then further sticks that truck, and then you're just fucked. Well, that seems to be where we are here. So I'll wait for this guy to air her out. Otherwise, we're just gonna get in each other's way. He will air her out here pretty soon. Disappear. It'll lock in the spot that he got stuck at. We'll fix the road. Bing, bang, boom. Be on this way. Thank you. Good morning. I already said hello to Shadowcat Gale. Shadow Gale. Pretty nice. Decent pour. I could have done better. You gonna hit that, Gwen? I'll put a little bit more down right here. No. Oh, man. I haven't seen you a couple mornings because I couldn't get my ass up. We're back, baby. Yeah, I've been around. I'm hanging in there. Thank you, Gwen. Thank you. How am I? I'm fucking great, MLP Skylar. I'm doing really well. Thank you. I'm going to stream here with you guys for another 45 minutes or so. Then I'm going to go hop on my bike and go for a bike ride where I get my head straight and plan out so all right. And then I'm going to come home and I'm going to record Hitman with Gavin and Andrew. I think the Bruce Lee contract is out. Then after that, I'll record so all right. Yeah. I might. There's some thought in my head that it makes more sense to do so all right before the bike ride just to get it out of the way, but also doing it the bike ride really helps. But if I'm only going to do an email episode, then I don't really need the bike ride, you know, because I'm not going to have to sit here and formulate my thoughts or anything, because I'm just going to be responding to whatever you guys say. But it would be good to get it out of the way. But then I'll be riding my bike sometime in the afternoon at like the hottest part of the day. But then if I did do that, I probably wouldn't be on a timeline. I wouldn't need to get done so I could go for an extra long ride. But then I'd be going for an extra long ride at the hottest part of the day. I don't even know what the high is today. What's the high today in Austin? Let's let that determine. It is 74 degrees right now. The high is 90. So if I go for a bike ride at 10, it'll be 79 degrees. If I go for a bike ride at, let's say, 3 p.m., it's probably when I would get out, it'll be 90 degrees. I should probably just go for the bike ride now, huh? Don't want to bring down the vibes. Uh-oh, not Gage. But I want to thank you. You're not bringing down the vibes by thanking me. Thank you for all the hours of entertainment. Oh, shit. You are. Saturday, I found out that my dad has cancer, and it's very serious. So being able to listen to the podcast has been a very good way to get my mind off of everything. I'm so sorry to hear that. I really am. I will say one of the nice things about 2025 is that we've come a long way with cancer research, and even serious forms of cancer are a hell of a lot more treatable than they were even 10 years ago. And so wishing nothing but the best for you and your family and your dad. And I'm sure your dad is a strong motherfucker who has every intention of being around to parent you and take care of your family for a long time to come. And I'm sure we'll fight like hell to do that. So love you. Pulling for you and your family. Mazel dazzle. Thank you. Best thing you can do is stay positive. Yeah. Hopefully we can be a place for you to take your mind off things and just chill the fuck out and relax and laugh a little bit and be amongst friends and strangers that are friends that care about you and are pulling for you and your family. Hopefully this can be a bit of a respite for you. Do you saw all right from the bike ride? I've thought about it. I'd like to do a podcast from the bike that not a saw right, but a regulation podcast from the bike. I don't know that we ever will, but it's something that I've floated around for a while. But I need to get saw right done today because I have to do some work in the office this week before Friday. I got to work on the bit barrel to get it in shape, and I'm going to need to do some more drilling and stuff, and I need to find the time to do that. And I'd like to record another Portal video with Gavin because the first one did really well, and we had a lot of fun making it. All right. Feeling like might be safe to send these fellas again. At least see if they get past this spot, you know? See where they get stuck next. Look at this fucking guy. How are you stuck? Wow. I have so many fucking emails. I don't want to say how many emails I have because I don't want to dissuade people from emailing me, but I have a lot of just all right emails to get through. I'm going to try to get through 6 or 7 in this episode. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Well, you have all the road in the world, and this has got to be my fault. Must be how I plotted it. Nope. Definitely didn't plot that. You are off track, my friend. He's not giving up, though. Hopefully I can see this truck through to completion before we end the stream today. This blue 18-wheeler, I assume it's 18-wheeler, so I never counted. This blue 18-wheeler with the fabric top, fabric back, has to be the worst driving, most delicate AI vehicle in the entire game. Anytime I see this truck, I know I'm in for a fucking rough day. Ignorant of this game's mechanics, but do the dots in the route indicate where the truck tries to put its nose? Yeah, it's like you can't put the points too close together, though. It won't let you. So you just kind of you get used to it after a while. You understand like the particularities, but you got to kind of you kind of learn how to put it to give them room to swing. Thank you, Gwen. Sorry about that. Nice moves by Gwen. Hell yeah. And you can tell Gwen knows their way around Roadcraft pretty well. They seem to be taking the turn as sharp as possible. Yeah, they love to do that. Excuse me? Oh, he failed. Up here? Ah, shit. That's a long way away. Fuck. All right, let me get my dump truck. Wasn't counting on that guy failing. The top guy failing. Yeah, drivers act like everything's flat and paved at all times. Yeah. I don't even know what... I wasn't even paying attention to what percentage we were at when we started today. I don't know if any... Well, you guys wouldn't have noticed. I think I was in the game before I started streaming. Probably 21% or something like that. Feels about right. Be interesting to see how we end the day. I mean, I guess it's essentially the responding to you, Sneezy Christ. That's essentially what's happening from the top down. You're just not doing it from, you know, I guess third person or first person from the vehicle. But I mean, that's for all intents and purposes what you're doing here is you're driving the route. Chances are you've driven the route before you plot it just to make sure they can get through it, and then, you know. Uh-oh. This little guy, I was wondering if this was... Oh, infrastructure route complete. That must be a different one. I was wondering if this was going to be an issue. Move, dude. Why can't I... Stop. Go. Why is the brake on? What is going on? Okay, Gwen's coming with the... There we go. I will continue to drop dirt then. Okay. Go ahead and recover to get more dirt if we need to. Hey, Jeff, played Sea of Thieves for the first time yesterday with friends and had so much fun playing after watching you and the Regulation guys play. I love that game. I wish we'd play it more. I really do. I feel like, I don't know why we don't. If it were up to me, we would play Roadcraft and Sea of Thieves at least once a month. We would release a video. but it's not up to me. The days of Achievement Hunter are over. I'm not in charge. But I agree with you. I love Sea of Thieves. I think it makes for great content every time. It's never anything other than just riotously fun. And I wish we'd play it more. Maybe we would burn it out if we did, but that's okay too. It's okay to burn something out by playing it over and over and over again, you know? Is that not? All right, hold on. Let me go run over this real fast, make sure. Oh, Dolian's oh boy. Sea of Thieves is peak with friends. Yeah, it's not super fun solo, for sure. I spent about a week fishing solo in it, and I got pretty burned out on that. Love watching the VODs. Was wondering when you're gonna upload the next. I usually sit down and do it like once a week, once or twice a week. So I'll sit down and do it here pretty soon. I probably have 3 or 4 VODs I need to upload. I'm not gonna upload the Borderlands one I did just because that one. Oh, I need to start rolling assholes. What the fuck is going on here? Yeah, I probably won't upload the Borderlands one just because it was a bad version. But I'll upload everything else that hasn't been uploaded. Oh, you know what? Let me get out of your way, Dolan. This fucking game. Swear to Christ. Did you guys ever play Raft at AH? They did. I did not. But I think they did. Burn Dog's been telling me I should get the guys together and play Sons of the Forest. I don't know, maybe. Plenty of room right here. Stash you out of the way. Matt and Jack were the big rafters. BK also headed up a raft series. Oh, okay. Cool. So it sounds like they played if there were multiple raft series, one headed up by BK and one headed up by Matt, it sounds like Achievement Hunter played a lot of raft. So there you go. After me. Was in the AG days after Jeff. This is going well. Like a whole team going here. I love this. It's almost a shame to have to stop. Eventually. We're not stopping yet. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you, Dolian. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna catch up. All right. was zoned. I was locked in for a second. I was in the zone. All right, looks like Gwen's got this under control. On this side, I'm going to peel off here and go back. And take another strip. What game should I play next? At some point, we'll finish Roadcraft, or at least we'll take a break from Roadcraft, even if we come back to it and play it on hard mode. I could see doing the entirety of the game again pretty easily. There were very few moments in the game that I was genuinely frustrated with, so I could easily play this through again on hard mode or whatever. But what do we do? What should we play next? Maybe something with a story? I don't know. Kind of part of me wants to go back and finish Oblivion. I feel like we just got started on that when this came out and took all the Oblivion thunder. But there's probably something new coming out that would be equally fun to play. I just don't know. I'm ignorant of new releases. Dave the Diver. Lost Odyssey. I'm definitely not playing an old 360 game. I second on House Flipper. Oh, hold on. Hard Space Shipbreaker. Lawn Mowing Simulator. Trust me. It's got to be on Xbox. I have played a lot of... I am playing Spray Paint Simulator in my off hours, and I've done a couple streams in it already, and I definitely will do more, but I don't see that being like the new Roadcraft. I don't think it'll last more than a couple episodes. I'm definitely not going to play MGS Delta. I have no desire to play that. I'm not a big MGS fan. I've already 100%ed Dredge, unfortunately, and I think that that's a game that you could probably only get away with playing once, just because a lot of it is story-based. It's a fun game, but yeah, I've already done it to death. We are not making the smoothest asphalt road, but that's okay. Subnautica. I don't like Farm Sim. Dave the Diver is similar to Dredge. What is that on, Mark? Is that on Xbox? Can I play that on Xbox? Looks like a real Pennsylvania road. Yeah, I'm not a Kerbal Space guy. I have played Sunset Overdrive. Dave the Diver, and it was great. Okay. Getting a lot of Dave the Diver here. Let's see. Okay. Doesn't appear that Dave the Diver is on Xbox. What's it on? It's on everything but Xbox. Well, back to Roadcraft. My only requirement is that it be on Xbox. I guess technically it doesn't have to be, but it just makes my life easier. Is Dave the Diver on Switch 2? I could set up my Switch 2. Can we get a Peggle stream? Yeah. I'll go ahead and I'll do that with my wife. She's been really amused by all the Peggle conversation and Peggle hate around my choice, not knowing anything about it. And so I think she's got some interest in seeing the game, seeing what all the controversy and the hubbub's about. So I'll definitely download Peggle 2 and we'll do that. There's gonna be some fucking divots in these roads. Good Lord. I agree, Peggle is goat. Matter of fact, while I'm thinking about it, why don't we just download it, get it installed, so it's ready to go. Still looking for something next to play on stream though. Dave the Diver sounds great. Hopefully it'll come out on Xbox at some point, and I don't have to dig out my PS5 to play it. Or I guess I could play it on Steam probably, but that requires me to do minor amounts of work on my end. Does the flattening still work by going over it in slow, in low mode? Can I still do some smoothing? Has that changed since the DLC? Because I would really like to really like to smooth some of this out. Let me see. Somebody woke the AI up, it seems like. Can't seem to get out from under you. Please, sir. God damn. No, route failed. Cool. Anyway. Let's see if we can make some kind of progress here, because this is going to cause problems. Hopefully this is helping a little bit. We'll see, I guess, in a minute. Sounds like I need to play this Hard Space Shipbreaker. People seem to feel really strongly about that. And that's on Game Pass, you say? So I'll tell you what. After we deal with this, we'll download Peggle and Hard Space and get... just so we have them at the ready. Whole state sucks. This is a Pennsylvania road hate stream. I will say, I tell a story from time to time, or I have told a story in the past about how I blew a tire out on a road on the 4th of July at 4 in the morning and had to try to get my tire changed, and it was this whole ordeal. I followed another car with a busted tire, and I thought we were going somewhere in a convoy, and he was trying to get away from me because I thought I was chasing him, and I wasn't, and we ended up at every gas station in the world was closed, and yada yada yada, and it was a nightmare. And that was in Pennsylvania. So of course that was 1998. Imagine the roads could have changed since then, but it was definitely Pennsylvania. Fun story to tell, wasn't a fun story to live. With most stories, you know, they become fun to tell because they were so miserable to experience. That was definitely a rough day. God damn. That caused probably a year of problems for me down the road too, because I couldn't afford to replace my filler pipe and it got shredded, and so I would just have to keep duct tape with me. And anytime I got gas, well, like every third time I would get gas, I'd have to re-duct tape my filler pipe shut because the gas would eat through the duct tape, and I'd spill gas everywhere when I was trying to get. And then eventually, someday, I was able to afford to fix it, but it took so long of me just duct taping my truck every third time I got gas. I forget Mark the Frog was born in Rhode Island. So far away from your Florida roots. Your Florida and Puerto Rico roots. There's an alternative universe where Jeff went on to be a millionaire inventor of truck tape. I mean, tape that doesn't dissolve in gas. Yeah, car problems and shitting your pants are pretty similar, honestly. $9.43. All right, we're gonna go till 10. Then I'm gonna probably do so. All right, just get it out of the way. Although 75 degrees for a bike ride sounds lovely right now. God, this is a fucking... Oh, is he coming up behind me? If you want to get that right side. It is a level of satisfaction in this game. I can't even describe it. Feels like everything you do in this game, just about everything you do in this game, is an accomplishment, or it like improves your situation in some way. After high school, I had an S10 that had a bad rear main seal leak. I kept a case of oil behind the seat and added at least a quart every time I got gas. Oh, yeah. Those are the days, huh? I used to have this 1980 Datsun 210. Little race car. Little sport car. It wasn't, it was a piece of shit, and it wasn't in any kind of condition. This was in 91, 92. Probably I would have had this car. And it was in every way a teenager's car. Like, I kicked the door in, goofing around. Like, I just to run over stop signs for fun. Like, it's just the dumbest shit, right? But I had this Datsun 210 that would blow starter motors out about every 3 weeks. And a starter was about $35. I could get a used one at AutoZone or wherever, O'Reilly. It's probably AutoZone at the time. Oh, hell yeah. Thank you for, I guess, assume that was Gwen to finish that out with the convoy. Anyway, but they were under warranty, and there was something in my car that was burning out starters. I could never figure it out. And the solution for me was I'll just replace the starter every 3 weeks. It's free, It's under warranty, so they have to replace it. And I know how to do it. And it sucks, but I know how to do it. And so I would, about every 3 weeks for all of the 11th grade, let's say, I would replace the starter on my Datsun. It just became like afternoon activity I would do. Zoom. Got really good at swapping starters for a little while, yeah. I had a blazer that I kept. Yeah, I had a stick, like a big poking stick, to whack the starter, and that would work for about a week. Like it would start to go wonky about 2 weeks in, and then I could whack it for about a week, and then it would eventually go bad. And sometimes, you know, your mileage would vary. Sometimes it'd last for like 6 weeks, and I'd be like, oh, well, problems are solved. And then I'd get another starter that would last for a week, you know? But it averaged out about every 3 weeks. Did they give you any hassle for returning so many starters? No. No, this was Alabama in the 90s. The dude who worked at AutoZone or O'Reilly or wherever the fuck it was couldn't have cared less, you know? These weren't company men. These were people that just had a fucking job and didn't care. And they're like, if it's under warranty, okay. Yeah, they were just dudes working hourly. I don't give a fuck. I'm sure I was probably... Thank you. I'm sure I was probably one of a bunch of people with similar situations that were coming in and taking advantage of this. I wasn't even really trying to take advantage of it. I just, for all I knew, all the starters I was buying were bad. They are all refurbished, you know. Like, it's not like I could afford to buy a new one. I know it's not the case because I have a camera on my front door. And it would alert me, but it really sounds like somebody just opened my front door. If they had, my dog would have heard it. He would have barked. There's a million reasons why I know it didn't just happen, but man, did it sound like my front door just opened. Wild. I had a 99 Saturn SC2. Was driving down a shitty dirt road one day, hit a pothole, and the entire exhaust from just the headers all the way to the tailpipe fell off in one piece. Yeah. Yeah, probably ghosts. Yeah, ghosts. I would think. You need to go look? No, I don't need to go look. Like I said, I got a camera on my phone that alerts me when somebody's at my front door, and my dog didn't wake up, and he definitely would have barked if somebody came in the house. So, and if somebody came in the house and they managed to circumvent my cameras and do it without waking my dog up, kudos to them. If my internet went down and the camera's offline, then I probably wouldn't be talking to you guys. Time to see what all the fuss is about? Hell yeah. I will say this about Roadcraft, and I don't know if this is because there's just a barrier to entry to the game like there are in all games as you learn and figure out the particulars, or if it was additionally difficult because of the thousands of hours I put into the previous iteration of this game. But I did not like Roadcraft for the first 3 hours I played it. I really didn't. I played it twice. I couldn't get into it. I was pretty fed up with it immediately. Then Andrew, of all people, got me to play it one more time, and something about that time, it clicked with me, and I'm so glad that I did because he's off of it now, and, you know, I've done 60 streams in it at this point. But if it's not immediately fun, or if it's frustrating, or you feel like you're not getting the hang of it, hang in there a little bit because, like I said, it took me a couple hours. I had to relearn a lot because the controls are different and they've changed the way some stuff works. So a lot of it was like, it should work this way, and it doesn't. And that is frustrating, but that's not the game's fault. I've heard people say it's easier to get into if you're a new player, so hopefully that's the case. Jesus, Sneezes Christ says, the other day I was home alone and the dog was barking downstairs while I was taking a shit, and I swear to God I heard someone yell at the dog. And I cut my shit and swept the entire house. Ooh, creepy. Creepy. I'm going to guess there was nobody there. Martha Frog says, I have a 2004 Toyota Tacoma. About once a year, something goes bad, like a water pump, radiator, alternator, valve cover gasket. And it always put down like $1,500. And if I don't love that truck, I would have to leave it on fire and pushed it into a river. Yeah, I hear you. It would be crazy to find out that your house is haunted after living there for a year and a half. But even crazier to find out that your house is haunted after living here a year and a half at 9:52 in the morning. Daytime ghost, morning ghosts. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, we got 7 more minutes. I'm going to get as much of this flattened as I can over the next 7 minutes. Maybe we'll get it all done. Albert is fussing over there. It's because you need your shots, buddy. I got to give you your shots on Wednesday. It's my least favorite part of the month. Every 10 days, I have to give Albert 2 allergy shots. Like, real shots with real needles and stuff. It's just gross. Emily can't do it. She can't stomach it, so I have to do it, and it is about as much as I can stomach, and he's not jazzed about it. Who can blame him? I have to give him 2 shots in his fucking neck every 10 days. At least it's not 10 shots every 2 days. That is true. There is that. The gang's all here. You have to give your dog insulin twice a day? Oh, poor puppy. My dad was diabetic. I watched him give himself insulin, I don't know, 4 or 5 times a day for the entire time I knew him. Until he died from complications related to his diabetes. That diabetes is a real motherfucker. You're doing God's work, though, Liam. Your dad was just diagnosed with diabetes. Hopefully it's type 2 and not type 1. Type 2 is a very manageable disease that a lot of Americans have. I don't know about a lot of people around the world, but a lot of Americans have it. And it is... This looks chewed up. You have type 2, yeah. Made a lot of progress with diabetes in my lifetime. I'll peel off and let you have it. Oh, we're both too... we're both too kind. Uh-oh, I'm stuck. Bag it up. Bag it up, Terry. Are you guys excited for the playoffs? Tigers play the Guardians. Man, it's so interesting. Red Sox, Yankees. What is it? Is it Padres, Mets? And then, no. Padres, Cubs? Is it Padres, Cubs? Right, I forget the Mets shit the bed. Is it Padres, Cubs, I think? And then, obviously, Tiger's Guardians is like such fucking baseball poetry. We have to play those motherfuckers again after they took 2 or 3 from us and took the division. They clearly have our number. Quan clearly has Detroit's number. Year 26 of the Pirates rebuild. You guys are fucking blowing having Paul Skeens. That is so ridiculous. I guess that's about it today, everybody. We made some progress. I don't know how much. There's some checks on stuff that you guys have been doing when I wasn't doing anything. Finding archaeological sites. Appreciate that. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave it up for... You know what? Actually, I'll leave it in the background while we download... What is this we're downloading again? We're downloading... So that's on Game Pass? Yeah, I think he ended the year 10-10 with an under 2 ERA. Like, fucking ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light. I remember that game. What was this motherfucker called again? Ship Destroyer? Ship Terror Downer? Must not be new. Hard Space. Oh. Well, I'll have to buy it. Yeah, I'll do that later. So you guys don't see my credit card. In the meantime, let me download Peggle, though. You want to see a ridiculous full library? Probably not that many people in the world that have a library as large. Definitely Ray. A couple of those Achievement Hunter dudes, for sure. For sure. Camp revamp. Interesting. Interesting. Who's Ray? Who's High Pitch? Ray's like 100% every game, too, yeah. Is there a reason why Peggle 1 was number 1 on the list as opposed to Peggle 2? I just think that Peggle 1 had more of an impact on my life and on gaming. Peggle 2 is definitely a more refined version of the game, but I think that there was a lot of magic in Peggle 1 that you can't replicate and that shouldn't be ignored. So, but if I'm going to show Emily, I think Peggle 2 is a little more polished, a little cuter. My wife was really sold on how cute or pretty something is. And so that's why she could never play Minecraft, but she can play Animal Crossing all day long because the Animal Crossing is cute and Minecraft is not. And so Peggle 2 is cuter than Peggle 1, which is why I'm downloading it. Power Wash Sim 2 demo just dropped? I didn't get as much enjoyment from Peggle 2 as I did from Peggle 1 either. I also thought Peggle 2 was way easier than Peggle 1. But, you know, trying to set my baby up for the best possible Peggle experience. So you say Power Wash Simulator 2 demo just dropped. Juiced fruit racing demo? Where's this fucking Power Wash demo? It must not be on Xbox yet. Story of my life. Yeah, why not? Seems interesting. Just a trucking free. Yup. Is MLB The Show 2025 the new face-off season game? It is not. We are not playing baseball for the second season. Dryer is finished. It is not. It says it is, but I guarantee you it's not. Our dryer sucks, but it's a rental, so what am I going to do? Took a year to get the dishwasher replaced, so I'm not even going to try on the dryer. But I guarantee you it ain't dry. No demo on PS5 for Power Wash, at least. Steam. That's okay. It'll make its way to Xbox sooner or later then. All right, I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. What do you think we're at here? Thank you for your help, Gwen, and everyone who played today. Hate to kick you out. Really appreciate all the road work you guys did today. Some serious road work today. I'm looking forward to doing it again tomorrow. But I want to see what percentage we're at. I think we were 21 or 22% to start the day. I wish I'd have paid attention. We ended the day at 28%, so that's a pretty successful day. Thank you so much for hanging out and streaming with me. Thank you to those of you who helped build roads and make that community a little safer and a little easier to navigate. I'm sure the good people of wherever the fuck we are really appreciate it. Scandinavia somewhere, I believe. Love you guys. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, I got to stop streaming.